Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Dragonite. Dragonite on a slightly modified version of Team Number 5 from my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League. For those of you who haven't yet caught the video on my top 5 best teams, Team Number 5 consisted of Kommo-o as the dragon of choice in the classic Dragon Double Steel line in Pokemon Go Battle League. I opted to go for Dragonite on the slightly modified version of Team Number 5 just because Dragonite is thoroughly slept on in Pokemon Go Battle League. It can do some amazing things, and it often outshines dragons like Kommo-o in particular situations. And, of course, with all dragons, you've got to be concerned about the ice types and the charmers, and for that reason, we've got none other than Galarian Stunfisk on the safe swap in this classic ABB Dragon Double Steel line, along with Registeel to close the game strong. These are absolutely the best steel types you could possibly run in the Open Ultra League. If you don't have either one of these, or you have one and not the other, any steel type can serve as a suitable replacement for either one of these overpowered steel types. But without further ado, before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go. Pretty neutral lead here in Alolan Muk. Gonna go into our Stunfisk safe swap, and we draw out a Cresselia. This is not the best answer to a Galarian Stunfisk, as G-Fisk does beat Cresselia in all even shield scenarios. They are forced to just go for the Grass Knot if they have it. One of the many reasons why I highly recommend the Legacy Grass Knot on Cresselia, because you can at least do something against Pokemon like Stunfisk, and they're going to go for yet another Grass Knot after tanking an Earthquake from our G-Fisk. And we tank these all day, guys. Basically, what we're going to do is match their shields. If they choose to throw up a shield, we will then look to match the shield that they threw up until the Cresselia is gone, guys, as they do shield there. Speaking of, so like I said, we're going to match that shield and look to spam this Cresselia with charge moves until it is gone, as we don't really want our Dragonite anywhere near this thing. So gonna go for yet another Earthquake, and if they want to go completely down on shields, by all means go for it. But no, they let it go, and we will let this next Grass Knot go as well, because this Cresselia is essentially within Rock Slide range, and they are not farming us down with resisted Psycho Cuts. Gonna go for the Rock Slide and attempt to put this Cresselia out of its misery, and they finally realize that that was not happening for them as they bring in a Swampert. This is amazing. This is the power of Galarian Stunfisk on the safe swap, guys. You've heard me say this time and time again. We come in with our Dragonite, and they are forced to meet us with their Alolan Muk. And little did they know, we've got a large tin can man here just for this Alolan Muk here. We are, of course, double resisting these poison jabs. Gonna look to go for a Zap Cannon. You do need 2 charge moves to KO. You might as well take a little bit of the sting off of those Dark Pulses. And we do not intend to shield anything. We will preserve our final shield for our Dragonite. And now that they have been debuffed, that Dragon Pulse, of course, it does very laughable damage to our Tin Can Man here. Just going to overload a little bit and look to get rid of the Muk with a Focus Blast. They could shield this, but yeah, not a good idea knowing that you have a Swampert in the back. And our switch timer is up, so we're just going to soak this damage here and then aggro swap into our Dragonite, and it is just about lights out, guys. There are very few Pokemon that can shut down a Swampert quite like Dragonite. It is a thing of beauty, as these Hydro Cannons don't do a whole lot to our Dragon. Gonna look to just go for a Dragon Claw. This is a mere formality. There's not a whole lot this thing can do, especially if it's running Earthquake, and yeah, they saw the writing on the wall. That was not happening for them, unfortunately, but good game, well played. And we're rolling with Dragonite because although I do have an Ultra League Kommo-o, I recognize not everyone does, and I want to show you guys Dragon Double Steel is amazing. And here we go. We had a Walrein, so we aggressively swapped into our Stunfisk, and they meet us with a Talonflame. Oh my goodness. Talonflame's not the best answer to Stunfisk, especially when it has the energy lead. You just outpace the Talonflame, and we have to shield up their charge moves, guys. And you got to throw with optimal timing here. One sneak, if you let one Incinerate sneak through, that could completely turn the tides on this matchup. We did grab a shield with that Rock Slide. We do shield up the second Flame Charge, and we have back-to-back here. So gonna throw the next Rock Slide, and they do let that go because they can tank one. But they definitely cannot tank two from this health range, guys. So if they want to win this, they're going to have to go down on shields, and they do. So we aggressive swap into our Dragonite to take it out. It goes down with loaded energy. Unfortunate for them, but that was the play to make because we know that they have a large Cuddly Walrus, which we see right here in front of us. So we throw Dragonite in just to draw it back out, because we don't want this thing overloading on energy and playing games with our steel types with the threat of the earthquake. So we wanted to draw it back out while it was relatively energy dry, and an Icicle Spear is not going to take us out from this range, and they realized that. So they were trying to get to that earthquake, which allows us to get to this Rock Slide, which means that we're saying bye-bye to the Walrein, and they have an Alolan Muck left in the back. Oh, you love to see it. We got a little greedy here, guys. We should have definitely just chipped with the Rock Slide because Stunfisk absolutely loses CMP tie to Alolan Muck, but that's okay. Not a big deal. This thing is running Poison Jab, and they realized that it was not happening for their Alolan Muck, unfortunately. Yet again, that's going to be a good game. Well played. Had a blast in those bonus battles. As we move into the featured set of the video, we are met with an Obstagoon. So this is a pretty neutral lead, but this is one of the few neutral leads that you stay in on, guys. Obstagoon can obviously cause some problems for our back two Pokemon, so we're going to stay right here. We are, of course, resisting these counters, and we can tank a Night Slash, no problem. And we're just going to build up a little bit and throw on optimal timing here. Go for Dragon Claw number 1. And we are getting a relatively low, so we will shield up this next Night Slash here and look to get to another Dragon Claw. Another Night Slash would be getting us relatively low, and that is okay. And the aggressive swap into, I saw fire flying at the time, assumed it was a Talonflame. So we chipped this Charizard thinking that we needed to chip the Talonflame. This Talonflame is slightly bulkier than Charizard. That was a bit of a waste of energy, as one Rock Slide does definitely take it out, as we say bye-bye to the Charizard. And they, of course, bring back in the Obstagoon, but we are still relatively healthy here. We definitely tank a Cross Chop, no problem from the Obstagoon, and we're just going to look to get rid of it with a Rock Slide. Now, when Obstagoon swaps in a fire flying type, there's a good chance that there's another one lurking in the deck, and there is in the form, and it comes in the form of Talonflame. So we're just going to try and grab some shields from this Talonflame, and we do grab a shield there. I believe they try to go for the aggressive farm down, but they realized we were going to make it to another Rock Slide. So we're going to let this go and bring our Dragonite in to do as much damage, maybe grab a shield first and foremost. And in order to do that, we've got to shield up a Flame Charge, unfortunately. It is boosted. This Talonflame is going on a tear. This thing is just boosting that damage at every opportunity. Gonna go for the Dragon Claw, and we grab the shield. That is what we needed. And they throw here again. They're just trying to rev up that damage output as much as humanly possible. But them throwing that gave us a bit of a win condition, guys, because Registeel is about as bulky as a Pokemon gets. And we tank a boosted Flame Charge long enough to just get to that Zap Cannon. Holy smokes, Registeel. Oh, this Pokemon is insane. As we say bye-bye to the Talonflame with 1 HP. Holy smokes, Registeel is insane. Oh man, that's going to be a good game. Well played. My goodness, how about Registeel overcoming near what seemed like impossible odds and taking the game in the end? You love to see it. We were met with a Giratina and they gave us switch advantage, but we're not swapping out, guys. They swapped in a Scrafty. I don't know what this battler does against Charmers, but hey, We're staying right here, guys, as Scrafty is an absolute nightmare for our steel types in the back. And we definitely tank a foul play, and we are resisting these counters, so it's not a big deal at all. Dragonite is absolutely putting in the work on the Scrafty. Gonna go for a Dragon Claw here. It would not KO, but it would allow us to farm down. And we're gonna let this go. And we definitely tank a Power-Up Punch, and it is the Power-Up Punch, so we're gonna farm down. Now, fully expecting that Giratina to come back in, so we are going to aggressive swap into our Stunfisk, and oh, they had an Alolan Ninetales in the back. Our steel types were going to feast on the remainder of that team, so they top left. That's going to be a good game, well played. I wanted to show you guys the power of Dragonite in the Ultra League because it is slept on and it absolutely boggles my mind. So here we go, Tapu Fini lead, very tricky lead because we can't really safe swap out of this. We know that we are resisting these water guns, but they're also double resisting our Dragon Breaths. And if we swap in Registeel, you better bet the house that they have something in the back that can hard counter it. So we're going to indulge ourselves and stay right here, play this out. We do correctly shield the Moonblast, and we're baiting with a Dragon Claw. They have to respect the Hurricane, guys. They did respect it. We grabbed the shield, so now we go for the Hurricane. And they absolutely have to shield here. If they call this, we're saying bye-bye to Tapu Fini. Holy smokes, Dragonite OP. Oh, and we aggressive swapped into our Stunfisk after they showed us Registeel. So this is looking like a very familiar team created by fellow content creator Tho Technical. Tapu Fini, Registeel, Talonflame. But Stunfisk really shines in the one shield against Talonflame. They do let that go. And they're going to have to absolutely shield this if they want to take out our Stunfisk. We will gladly take the shield advantage knowing that they have a Registeel left in the back because we know that our own Registeel will definitely beat that Registeel with a shield advantage for sure. So we're going to let our Stunfisk go down and look to come back in with our Dragonite. Gonna wait the switch timer because we swapped out of this and we don't want to be locked in on that Registeel for too long. So we're just gonna look to get rid of the Talonflame. And now it's lights out for them. And I think they realize it after taking one look at our Registeel. They knew it was over. Oh, someone's been watching too much Tho Technical, and that is okay. We were able to take that one in the end. How about Dragonite, guys? Taking out Tapu Fini. Good game, well played. If you weren't convinced on Dragonite in the Ultra League after seeing that, I don't know what will convince you. Taking out Tapu Fini on the lead. You'd love to see it, but here we go. We had Ampharos. That's a neutral lead for us. So we go into Stunfisk and we draw out a Typhlosion. So this is okay. They do tank a Rock Slide. And we are not going to look to shield anything because they do win CMP tie. We're just going to let them throw this Blast Burn here. There's no flipping switch here. So now we will look to come back in with our Dragonite and we will shield up the Blast Burn. Seems kind of crazy. It is resisted, but it just hits a little different when it's coming from a Typhlosion, guys. I just got to say. So we're just going to load up on energy, fully expecting that Ampharos to come back in, and we are fine with that because we take neutral damage from their Volt Switches and potential Thunder Punches, and we can really shred with our Dragon Breaths and Dragon Claws here. So this is fine. We do chip with a Dragon Claw there and just going to go to work with these Dragon Breaths and try and get to another Dragon Claw. We do tank a Thunder Punch, no problem, not a big deal. We tank that. And I'm going to look to get to another Dragon Claw here on the Ampharos. It'll come pretty close to KOing. It won't quite KO, but they're at another Thunder Punch. So we're going into our Registeel to catch that damage. And this Ampharos is just about done. Dragonite absolutely put in the work on it. And they've got a Mewtwo in the back. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Guys, I can't tell you how many questions I get in the comments on, can I run Mewtwo? Would Mewtwo on this team be good? Guys, no, and I hope you guys who've been asking me that are watching this battle because you can see with your own eyes why Mewtwo does not belong in the Ultra League. It is far too squishy. Mewtwo belongs in the Master League and in Raids. Those are the only places that Mewtwo belongs in this game, and you will see proof with your own two eyes as to why. Gonna look to go for another Zap Cannon. This absolutely gets the shield, and we're thinking our switch timer's up, and it is. So it's Dragonite time, guys. Dragonite's about to put in the work on this relatively healthy Mewtwo. All we have to do is shield up the potential Psy Strike, and we will absolutely make it to a Dragon Claw, and this will absolutely KO Mewtwo, because Mewtwo in the Ultra League is basically made of paper, as we say bye-bye to the Mewtwo, and we're Dragon Breathing down the low health Ampharos. Dragonite closing the game in dominant fashion with very low health. You don't get much better than that, my friends. That's going to be yet another good game well played. Are you beginning to see the power of Dragonite in the Ultra League? It is a thing of beauty to see. And here we go. This is not a good league, Cresselia. So we go into our Stunfisk, and they meet us with a Swampert. So that's what you want to draw out with Stunfisk. You want to draw out something like a Swampert or a Talonflame, so the Dragonite can come back in and easily take it out, guys. This is beautiful. This is how this team is constructed. And all you do on Swampert, if they save swap it in, you go for that Earthquake, do as much damage as you can, because it is essentially within farm down range from here, guys. Dragonite can easily come back in here and tank a Hydro Cannon and go for the full aggressive farm down here. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So this is one major obstacle out of the way for our Registeel in the back. We definitely tank a Hydro Cannon. It's not a big deal at all. And we're just going to farm the Swampert all the way down. And we leave this matchup with loaded energy. Expecting that Cresselia to come back in. So we're spamming our button. They are thinking long and hard about what to come in with. They do finally come back in with the Cresselia. And we come in with our Registeel. They meet us with a Registeel of their own. So the way I play out the mirror matchup on even shields is... there's a few ways you can play it. A lot of players choose to go for the Zap Cannon to not only get the debuff off, but because they know that they need 2 moves to KO anyways. But I like to just go for the more energy efficient move, because you do outpace if they decide to go Zap Cannon. And I usually bank on the fact that 9 out of 10 Registeels will go for that Zap Cannon debuff, and I know that we can tank it. And they now more comfortably tank our Focus Blast, so we will have to shield up this second move here. And it is the Focus Blast, and that is okay. So right about here, we're going to go for another Focus Blast to either KO or take that last shield. The smart move for them would be to shield this, knowing that they have a Cresselia for our Dragonite. So we aggressive swap back into our Dragonite, because we wanted to clear that debuff, and we were thinking that if we can get off a Hurricane like we do here, that would do enough damage that would allow us to get off a Zap Cannon and farm the Cresselia down. So that's the thought process here on drawing the Cresselia back out. We needed to get some sort of energy advantage on that opposing Registeel. And we're thinking here we don't have to shield anything. We are going to be fine up against this Cresselia. But they're running Future Sight, and that has stab, and it does a lot of base damage. So that puts us in a very tricky position, because it puts us in a very uncomfortable health range. And this Zap Cannon does not do enough damage for us to farm down before having to shield up a Moonblast. The reason why we have to shield this is because it won't KO, but the lock-ons from the opposing Registeel would take us out. So I don't think that there was any winning that one. They do take us out with a Focus Blast, and that is okay. You can't win them all, my friends. That is quite all right. Good game. Well played to our opponent. And that is the team, my friends. Dragon Double Steel. You don't get more classic than the classic Dragon Double Steel line in Pokemon Go Battle League. Like I said, it's a slightly modified version of team number 5 for my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League. And again, that team featured Como-O as the Dragon of choice, but I did mention in that video that Dragonite works as well. And like I said, although I do have an Ultra League Como-O that I absolutely could have run with this team, I recognize that not everyone has a Como-O, so I wanted to show you guys a slightly modified version with a Pokemon that I'm sure 99% of us out there already have in Dragonite, and to show you guys that it can work with something like Dragonite as well, because Dragonite is so thoroughly slept on. Again, I wanted to show you guys not only that you could make it work with a very common Pokemon, but you can have tons of success with Dragonite. It beats a lot of things in the Ultra League. But yeah, guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.